Well, can I ask you, people and places, which came first in your career? Was it the landscape or the portrait?
Well, that's an interesting one. I think portraits are what took me to go back to college when I was in my 40s. Landscapes as a child was always somewhere I spent my youth, so they meant a lot to me. But I had an artist that I knew called Emma Sargent, and she was an amazing portrait painter, and I went to her show and it just lit something inside me. So I decided then that I wanted to be a portrait painter. But it took me a long time to actually get to being a portrait painter, because
I think I read somewhere that you were actually introduced to art at quite an early age, but it wasn't until your late 30s that you started formally doing it.
Absolutely, that's right. Yes, as a child, I was brought up on an estate. My parents worked at Longford Castle, which has the most amazing art collection.
This is in Wiltshire?
In Wiltshire, yeah. So I was brought up looking at Velasquez and Holbein and Bruegel and not really understanding why they meant so much. You know, I was mesmerised by them as a child, but I didn't know why they mesmerised me. But it must have influenced me massively, I think, because I use those as my benchmarks, which are way higher than I can ever paint like, but aspire to the gods and you might hit the ceiling.
Other things got in the way in the meantime, like raising a family?
Like raising a family, yeah, bringing up 2 children and other jobs, but my love of art just kept banging on the door, and I decided to go back to college in my late 30s. And that was it. It started me off. I lit the fire, and I haven't stopped. I just,
What is it about the Wiltshire countryside? And are you someone who goes out and takes pictures and comes back to the studio, or do you paint plein air?
I paint plein air and I draw lots. My starting point is really drawing. I love going out with my sketchbook. I find places, I sit down, and the landscape for me is a spiritual place. It's my healing place, it's my playground. It does so many things for me, and to take a sketchbook out with me is just a natural thing to do. Find somewhere, sit down, just have a look around, get the ideas, and then I go back to the studio and I formulate some of the thoughts and ideas that I've had while I've been there, and come up with the paintings. But I do planner as well, but I use them more as studies rather than final pieces.
You paint in oils?
Yes, mainly, mostly all the time in oils.
What is it about oils you like?
Everything. That traditional, wonderful, visceral quality they have, and the smell and everything about them. And you can use them thickly, you can use them thinly. They're very versatile, very versatile.
I've deliberately positioned next to a painting, I think, of your mother.
Yes.
Her birthday.
It was the last birthday she had before she had to go into a care home, which some of my other portraits are of the residents that were with her in her care home for the last year of her life. So this was her last birthday. So it was a special moment for us, and I wanted to capture it. I wanted to capture the fragility of her and the celebration.
It's almost a fading image,
Absolutely.
Belinda, isn't it?
That's exactly what I was trying to portray, is that fading part of her life. So
the home your mum went into was a rich source for you.
Amazing.
There's the most amazing picture further along the wall. It reminded me of Edvard Munch's Scream, the look on the woman's face. Is there a story behind that one?
This dear lady had dementia quite severely, so everything to her was always a surprise, And I'm not sure what was said to her at the time, but she was quite shocked, and that's the look on her face. But taken with the glasses in front of her, I thought was quite amusing, because it looks like she's...
but very fashionable with her hat and exuding a great dignity, I have to
that's
say.
what I try to get with these lovely people, They get forgotten quite a lot in the dementia homes, and nobody gets to see them, and lots of people don't visit them anymore. And so I wanted to bring them out and just, make them the people they were and are, because they still have amazing characters, and that's what I learned the year I was there, was just realising that they're still really special people and you can communicate with them really in their way. You just have to find a way to communicate. And that's what I hope that I'm trying to do, with some of the portraits of them.
I also do have to say that, in a way, your landscapes and your portraits merge. There seems to be as much landscape in a face as there is in a country lane with trees.
Well, to me, there's not a lot of difference, to be honest. And when you're looking at any of those subjects, I apply the same things to them. They're no different to me, a landscape or a portrait.
Have you exhibited in Bath before?
Yes, I have. I've been, but not as a solo show. I've done group shows here, but I show in the Mall Galleries in London frequently. Yeah.
Well, it's lovely to have you here in Bath.
Well, it's
in
delighted.
your own right, Belinda.
I came here and did my BA and my MA, so it's lovely to come back and have my first solo show here. It's great.
I wish you every success with it.
Thank you very much. It's very kind. Thank you.